So if anyone remembers the Deadmans, there's an old African saying that when the lion learns to write, until the lion learns to write, the hunter will always be glorified in the story. And what I'm going to do is I'm telling you a short story, which is basically going to be a metaphor, an analogy, okay? And I'll break it down for you as you go. Actually, not allowed. I'm going to break it down at the end, okay? So, the first thing we need to understand is hypothetically, I thought to myself, what would happen if a lion learned to write? How would that work? So the first thing we need to understand is what's the situation with the lion at the moment. And the first thing is that the lion has a story. The problem with this narrative is that the lion is not the one with the mic. It's not the one with the pen. The hunter is. The hunter is the one that kills them and they have the power. They're the ones that can tell the story, right? So I thought to myself, how can we get it to a stage where this lion is the one with the pen? And I realized the first thing we need to do to understand a story like this is to do a process that is a buzzword right now. It's called unlearning. So you don't just learn and build on top of what you know already, because what's going to happen with that is that you're going to look at it from the perspective of what you already know. So you have to disappear everything you've already learned to be able to think to yourself in a story where a lion learns to write. When you watch Harry Potter, you don't think to yourself, oh, Bruno wouldn't do that. Right? So I want you to keep these words in mind. First, we've got now, the situation where the lion is. Second, we've got unlearning. The first thing that the lion will have to do is be aware. Okay? So let's assume that the lion is completely bewildered. All this stuff is happening and they have no idea that this hunter is writing this narrative about the lion. I'm painting it similar to a shark. Whenever we think about shark, we think about jaws. We think about danger. Right? So the same thing with the lion. There's only one narrative we have about it. We don't think about it being a father, a mother, and all these other things. It's just one narrative, right? Chimamanda Ngozi said there's a danger in a single narrative. So we need to spread that narrative, okay? So the first thing is awareness. You need to be aware that there is a narrative going on that he is not a part of, okay? For that to happen, there's got to be some kind of change. There's got to be some kind of level of consciousness. So now we have a lion who is aware that the hunters are speaking about the lion in a way that they have no control over that narrative. Okay? Everyone with me so far?
Yeah.
You all with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So from that moment, you then have something which I think is paramount to having this story work, and that's ownership. The lion will never get his story told if he expects the hunter to tell his story for him. Okay? So, if you imagine, let's go around the room. Like, what could be a problem with the image of a lion who wants a hunter to tell his story? Anyone? Hand up. What could be the problem? Yeah? Right. So there's going to be bias. Absolutely. Anything else?
The hunter wants to look good.
The hunter wants to look good. Absolutely. He wants to keep the narrative. He wants him to be the hero. Anything else? Cool. I mean, those are two strong starts. The other thing I would say as well, to add to this, is the hunter has no idea what it's like to be a lion. Never in his life has a hunter been a lion. And it's something that occurred to me recently, right? We talked about the women's empowerment earlier on. There's a lot of books about women written by men. Mm-hmm. And what you find is that until you had women writing about women's experiences, did you understand women's experiences through text? Same thing. Even if there was a good hunter who wanted to write the lion story, they couldn't do so unless they understood what the lion was going through. And I feel like there's two levels of understanding. There's technical understanding, theoretical, and there's experiential understanding. Thank you. Next thing is action. The lion will never learn to write if he just sits there and chills. Yeah? I mean, it's a great concept that will just download all this learning that it's never had before. It's never going to happen. It needs to get up, it needs to read books, it needs to do all that kind of stuff, it needs to bring its collective together, it needs to do all of that. Right? One of my favorite words is efficacy. And I kind of limit it is efficiency times effectiveness. So you're going towards a specific goal efficiently. In this case, the goal is for the lion to have a narrative that is heard. Okay? The next thing for me, is really important. It's teaching. There's no point having one line who can talk, who can write, right? The problem with that idea is that even if that line was to tell a great story, that one line isn't a representation for all lines' experiences. Okay? So each line is going to have their own experience, and each one needs to be able to speak, needs to be able to write. And the next one for me, once you get to a point where you group together, people, the lines are speaking, the lines are sharing their stories, is archiving. There needs to be some way to record what the line has said. Because generations down the line, you don't know that hunter is going to try and destroy all of it. Okay? And they're going to put all kinds of spins on it, and they're going to be like, oh no, I wrote that when I was 17. No, we cannot have that. We need evidence that the lion has been writing this thing for years and years and years. Okay? Now, it's going to be really obvious, right? But I am the lion. You are the lion. We are the lions. Yeah? The hunter is not just the world, but it's history. It's done a fantastic job of erasing our speech, our voice. And it's up to us to kind of group together and bring that back into the narrative. Because the conversations are happening about us, and we're not on that table. So it's important for us to find our voice. There was one of my favorite writers, Toni Morrison, said this: definitions belong to the definers, not the defined. That hit me, because there's a lot of words that attribute to black people, Sierra Leoneans, and all that kind of stuff, that we sometimes take on. But it's not ours to take on if we're not the ones who create that definition. We can create our own. I want to go into what I have done about it. I'm really passionate about young people. I'm really passionate about the arts. And one of the things I was going to have was like a whole heap of why I think, and it would have been speeches to the choir because you're creatives, artists, right, in the room, and you understand the value. But in terms of economy, for example, almost 50% of tourism is engagement in the arts and culture. Cool. You think about museums. Like I teach sometimes at Pineapple Dance Studios in Covent Garden. Never have I ever had to promote because they're Chinese people, Nigerians, all kinds of stuff. When you think about dance in London, you think Pineapple, people come. Everywhere, there's an economy in that. But economy, also, in terms of Britain, will have a tourism industry worth over 257 billion by 2025, which is just under 10% of the UK GDP, right? Which supports almost 3.8 million jobs. Now, obviously, in Sierra Leone, we have talent. That is not a problem. I have a project called Become, and I split it called Become. It's called B/Come, right? Be who you are now. Come is in returning to your roots, and become what you will do with that moving on to the future. The tagline is identity and cultural displacement of the African diaspora, and it started as a performance, went into a series of talks, where now I've combined with Yusuf Jallo, the powerful prince, and the Patriotic Advocacy Network in Sierra Leone. Last year, we had the National Storytelling Festival, which was a huge event, and we had a whole week having kids. I think we had about 60 different kids coming with us, where we taught different things, and then they performed on stage with international guests. This year we're going to do it again. And one of the reasons I'm saying this is because I'm really passionate about two things in terms of what I do. One of the things is that out in 5. I start a project and the plan is to phase out within 5 years. I do not want it to be like an AIDS scenario. They can do it for themselves. Second one is teach to teach. Those people, to be able to be sustainable, need to be able to teach it and carry on. Now right now we're raising money for our project this December, which is going to be 3 weeks. If you are interested, I have a scheme, a challenge I give to you as Sierra Leoneans. The Become 100X challenge. And it's for 100 people to raise £100 by giving back to their community. So far, people have decided to do talks, they've given classes, they've given counseling sessions, they've given hugs, right? All sorts of stuff, and it's wicked. But if you're interested in that, then get involved. But whatever happens, we have to have faith in our arts, our culture, and our young people. If you want to learn more, it's at www becomeimmersive.co.uk. And if I say that too quick, that's www.becomeimmersive.co.uk to see what I do. But if you want to see me later on, I'll be hanging around. I have very bright shirts. Okay, so look for this one. I have business cards I can give you and all sorts. But I just want to say I'm just really happy to be here, and let's change our narrative, man. Take control of that. Have a great day.
Oh, thank you, Andre. I think I might have to speak to you about, I'm thinking $100 for a pound to raise my £100. Yeah? I think I might have to do that. Thank you.